Hello, Gravy Timothy. As you know, in Hearts of Iron 4, there are a lot of mundane achievements that don't make too much sense. Some come down to pure RNG, some are just an absolute power of will, like playing until like 1948 with France without capitulating, and some exist clearly just to test your patience. Yeah, I'd be kind of willing to say that the one we're going for today will be doing all of the above. Now, you see, Paradox is currently teasing, or has announced, that there will be a new DLC, or at least content pack, for South America. Now, this is one area of the map that you don't really even look at during a normal Hoi 4 game, and if you do have to look at it, something's gone terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. So as you can imagine, the achievements based around this area are just as fun as you'd expect, and the one we've got to go for today is with Colombia. My ships don't lie. Us Colombia form Gran Colombia and have 10 carriers and 10 battleships. So the unfortunate task ahead of us is, first off, we need to go ahead and take out Peru, Ecuador, and Panama. Then we also need Venezuela, and then after that we need to go ahead build 10 aircraft carriers and 10 battleships. Sounds fun, doesn't it? It does not sound fun. First off, the task of actually forming Gran Colombia is one hell of a gargantuan one. You don't start off with a lot of fighting power down here, and the supply, well, there is no supply. On top of that, you are in a race against the clock to take down all of these, because eventually the Americans will wake up and join in through their guarantees they have on all of the nations. On top of the fact you don't actually get anything to justify on these nations, as Colombia has yet to have their focus tree be imagined, so we're gonna have to first go ahead and flip. Okay, well that is one of the starting templates of all time in Hoi 4. Let's just do something here. Okay, so first thing I've done is just rush down a whole bunch of the plane tech. I think the planes are gonna do pretty well, specifically Cass. Cass is gonna be our friend on taking down these early battles. At least I hope it is. I'm kind of betting on them not having any planes up to stop the Cass, so this could go terribly. Okay, so the plane we're going for will be a Cass fighter, which is gonna be our 2-in-1 here, as we won't have too much room to do two separate things. It's not amazing, but the most important thing we have on it is our drop tanks, and then we've gone with the non-strategic materials usage to get the production cost down just a little bit, and hopefully this can carry us through these first parts of the battles, but probably won't. Oh yeah, we're also past the halfway mark in the year here, and I've yet to get lucky with any events flipping me quicker, so not looking great. Okay, finally, there we go. That should be more than enough now for us to hold the referendum. Boom, there we go. I saved up enough political power for this, so we can immediately go in now and finish 215 days. Oh no. Oh, tenacious negotiator Isidoro Sotomayor, who actually has a 10% political power game buff, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, I am straight up buying Venezuelan guns so that I can fill my army up and invade Venezuela. So yeah, we really don't have the production capability to get all the equipment we need, but thankfully the international market is now in the game and we can just buy it. Okay, our justification is ready, but the range of our Cass, as you can see, and the airports that we have is pretty limited, so we do need to consolidate the front all the way up here pretty much, and then just hope nothing happens in the south. Okay, now as we've gone ahead and declared on Venezuela, we're immediately going to go ahead and get our next one on Panama. Okay, yeah, Venezuela wasn't that bad. Complete pushover. The Cass did very well. We now have a full stack of them too, with a few more on the way, so I don't really need them for Panama, but I guess overkill, eh? Yeah, the real problem's when we're going to get down to Peru. In fact, I think I might bite the bullet and get a collab gunman going. Okay, got another one, which means I now need Ecuador, and this is the last one I'm worried about getting guaranteed because we don't really need to worry about Peru. And again, there's literally nothing stopping my cast, so all the cast damage, like, there's nothing they can do to stop it. Yeah, he's just hoping that Peru doesn't have planes. If they've got planes by the time I'm down there, we may be in trouble. Okay, what the hell is that air range? Why is it over? What? Yeah, just for comparison here, you see big circle in the middle, pretty much every airport you usually go to, but this one just conveniently leaves out all of Ecuador. Is this one any better? This one's actually kind of better. Okay, we did have a starting little bonus to our special forces cap from Guillermo Padilla Manrique, who's actually pretty damn good. So we are going to invest into Mountaineers because we are going to need them, if you can't tell. I just realized as well, the actual goal that we have, a carrier expert. It's tormenting me already. God, okay, well there goes WW2. Really, interesting First Nation to annex in the Baltic Soviet Union. Now, we don't actually even have to worry about Peru joining the Axis. If they do, all we need to actually have is just to control the province they already own, which is these ones right here. So I don't even need to capitulate anyone. We can just sit there forever. We just need these two provinces. Okay. Let's go, shall we? Oh, okay, so if I can get invited to Japan's faction, that means Peru also definitely can. So I think we're probably going to be stuck at war for the rest of this game. You know what? That's fine. I'll take it. As long as I got all these ones right here, that it does not matter. Okay, now thankfully our justification will only take 125 days on Peru, and then we could finally get to work on the whole point of the achievement, which is building ships. So speaking of which, we should probably figure out how to build a ship. Is the airport in Ecuador any better? It's way better, albeit this is actually probably the largest air zone of maybe the Amazonas in the game right there. Oh god, yeah. I just realized just how big all the air zones are in South America. You can tell this has never been looked up before, huh? All right, no beating around the bush on this one. We are going in. Again, yeah. CAS in South America, of people who don't have planes, just absolutely burns through them. Yeah, that wasn't actually that bad. In fact, I may have frontlined all the way down to the bottom and taken way more losses than I probably should have, but in the end, who else am I left to even fight? Now it's time to build a few ships, you could say. Yeah, almost forgot I can click the button now. Look at that. I'm yellow. Radioactive bitch yellow. Sadly, I don't get calls on like anything worthwhile in Peru, so we do have to now garrison that for the rest of the game, but it's whatever. We need the building room anyway for more boat factories. Okay, now obviously the best way to go about doing this is just creating the cheapest boat you literally can put together and producing nothing but that. There you go. That'll do, donkey. I'll be ready in 1962. Oh god, this is gonna take a little while. Oh, having a bit of a spring clean. All right, so we got 2 full lines running on battleships already, and as you can see from the calculations actually I'm running in my head currently, we'll only be here till the end of eternity. All right, now as much as I want to just join a faction, it would be way too easy just to go ahead, destroy a nation, and then take their navy in the peace deal. No, I want to do it as Paradox intended for this achievement to unfortunately be done, which is like this. All right, we also can make it a little easier on ourselves by doing naval production, which will be a dockyard output of 20%. So as you can see, 21st of March 1942. Now it'll turn into the 9th of Feb 1942. It'll all add up, right? It'll all add up. All right, now thankfully the converted cruiser hull for the carrier is actually dirt cheap. It's only 4.8k, so this shouldn't be too bad, getting 10 of these bad boys in the long run, but I say that now, it's still going to take a long time. Well, I also am hoping that the converted cruiser hull does actually count towards a carrier and it doesn't have like some weird separate tag, or else I'm gonna have to rebuild a lot of carriers. And I don't plan on actually just sitting here for the rest of the game. I am gonna go ahead and start sending some volunteers out just to do a little bit of trolling here and there, but I do have to wait because I am going to go ahead and get myself some pretty good planes. Yep, that's definitely one good thing that the base focus tree has, is you can get the endgame planes still very quickly. Yeah, I've also just been improving relations with everyone with all my political power saved up just to get into everyone's market. And yeah, some people are still buying all my crap. Even funnier considering the Japanese are buying my Pennsylvania 11 Clash trains, which I originally bought off the US. I wonder if anyone will buy my crappy little CAS planes. Well, I shouldn't call them crappy, but in the grand scheme of Hoi 4 planes, they were very crappy, but they did do very well. Oh, there you go, they're finding a new home in Turkey. Yes, may they also help you defeat your South American enemies, Turkey. I guess I also could have technically kept going into South America and getting a bit more land. I probably could have got one, maybe two more countries, but I think as soon as the US does the giant awakes, or is it just when they join the war that they get the guarantees, or is it something else? It might be reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine. I really can't remember what it is. Either way, I know that if I was to declare war on anyone now, Uncle Sam would slap me silly. Okay, you know, I gotta say, my planes are selling like hotcakes. People cannot get enough. Although I am complaining, that is helping me build up all these stupid naval dockyards I need to get these boats out. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna make this our capital ship. Look at that bad boy. Considering though it is just a floating platform, it's got a couple guns on it though. I mean, I don't even need that one, I think, and that could make it a lot cheaper, but at this point I've committed. Ooh, yeah, Germans are looking very powerful this game. They are having no trouble slipping right into Mr. Stalin's back pocket, if you know what I mean. And there you go. That is the last fighter, bar the Jet 1, that you can actually research, and it's only 1942. You can actually get it a lot quicker than that as well. Oh, well, look at this grand armada being filled right here. It's actually astonishing how bad it is. Well, you know, actually a good nation to have taken would have been Cuba, because they have a ton of chromium, which is one of the big things you do need to import for battleships and carriers, which, yeah. If you're doing this achievement, make sure you get Cuba too. Okay, well, yeah, I haven't seen the Soviets get this, like, absolutely hammered in a long time. I don't know what did it. I don't know what has caused this. Yeah, clearly Gran Colombia existing in the world has a detrimental effect on their war capability. I just came to the realization there is no point of us ever being on anything but free trade, because we have no resources at all but oil and tungsten. Two things I don't use. Holy. Okay, apparently South America is just devoid of anything. I get the feeling that should probably change in the new DLC. I didn't even realize we literally have nothing. Okay, well, you get an extra 15% dockyard output from that and construction speed, which I guess we're now going to put to the use. I actually that stun locked me. Okay, good news is Japan is buying some of my oil. Hopefully America doesn't get too upset with that one, because I do have quite a lot for sale. Update on the boats. 4 of 4, just 6 more of each, and we'll be free. Well, I was going to go ahead and send volunteers to either the Germans or the Soviets, but at this point, I don't think it really matters. So I guess I'm going to have to find someone else to give a helping hand to. Okay, 6 of 6, 4 more. And also Turkey just declared war on Romania, which... I don't seem like a good idea. Yep, so Turkey just capitulated in record time. I think what I'm going to do, alright, is this journey is too big. I'm going to send my volunteers to the UK and see what we can do about it. Yeah, since I don't really have any factories, I am doing the old conversion strat so I don't have to pay any aluminium for them. And we have got 526 of these bad boys right now, but if I go to send my volunteers to the UK, I can only send one air wing at a time, so we're going to have to buff that up a bit. We only got 100 of these, but they're 100's all I need. Oh yeah, our planes are just way better than anything they could produce. So I'm going to be interested to see if the UK could ever get a landing here. I don't know if they're going to be able to, because the Germans are huge. Hey, but in the meantime, I'll happily sit here and destroy all their planes. Realize, where the hell are my actual units I sent over as volunteers? Oh. Of course, they're just down here in Africa. So I'm just going to shoot my actual units. So, sorry, I've been interrupted by the atomic bombing of Alsace-Lorraine. I guess I'll just shut up. Well, interesting first choice. I don't think the French would be too happy about this. Meanwhile, on the home front, we are almost done. Look at me, big fancy pants with 2 wings of air volunteers. Truly getting somewhere. Yeah, on multiple fronts here, on paper, Colombia seems like an absolute powerhouse. Like, look at these boats, look at this massive army. Then, you know, you look into the finer details of things, and it doesn't really add up. In fact, even our plane production is mighty sus. Did you look at that? My planes require 36 more units of aluminums to be built. Well, what if I just hit this magical button right here, and apparently we're just using cardboard. Okay, now, so as long as they actually count those converted cruisers as carriers, which I'm sure they will. There's definitely not another check for that. You should all be done on them, and now we just need the 2 battleships, and we just need the 1 battleship, but we're free! There you go, 3rd of January 1947. That will be Gran Colombia's Liberation Day. Right, well, you know, clearly Finland is cooking something here. It's called the Worm. It's done! 1947, and the Grand Armada is complete. We got the stupid achievement. There it is. As Colombia form Gran Colombia and have 10 carriers and 10 battleships. Oh boy, was that a fun one. I can only imagine the even worse ones Paradox are gonna come up with for South America and the DLC. Okay, I mean, it's 1947 now. Do we see this out anymore? I think the world is just in a permanent stalemate. The Allies I've not seen even attempt to do a landing. They're still chocked down, oh my god, so badly in Africa. Yeah, I do wish that, like, you could de-Iron Man a game after without too much fuss, just so I could tab around and see just a state the Soviets are probably in. Oh, they won't even accept my volunteers. You know what? I bet the Germans will accept them. Let me, oh, I can't because I'm already sending them. Hold on. Let's be friends, Stalin. Okay, yeah, they have no interest in being friends at all, which, that's fair enough, I guess. Well, alas, that was My Ships Don't Lie. There's not really too much else to say here. The world in this scenario is just horrendous, really. Although, I guess technically, China is making a mad dash for it right now. If anything, I should have just sent my volunteers over to them, but I could never send enough that would really matter. Plus, for us to really have got anything done here, we probably would have had to also build CAS, which we couldn't do because we were building 20 useless ships that will rot in port for the rest of their life. Hey, but there you go. That was Gran Colombia. I can't wait to see if this will get better with a bit of DLC love, but either way, realistically, we'll probably never play in South America, even with the DLC. Hey, I'd love to be proven wrong though, so either way, little gravy Timmy, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe down below, and I think officially now we only have, I think, like 50 or so achievements left in the game. We're running out, so, well, I say we're running out, they're always just gonna add more for me to come back and do. Yes, but either way, Greater Finland is here, and just like them, I'm worming my way out of this world. Goodbye.